Welcome to the Daily Quote, a podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and today's October 21st. It's Back to the Future Day. Oh yeah, October 21st, 2015 is the date Marty, McFly, and Doc Brown traveled to the future in the second Back to the Future movie. And if you're like me, you're probably still waiting for those flying cars and self-lacing sneakers to become a reality. And hoverboards. Come on, 2024. Now, even though 2015 has come and gone, and while our skateboards still have wheels, this day serves as a nostalgic reminder of the wild predictions we have about the future, and maybe a little motivation to look ahead with a sense of adventure. Speaking of adventure, let's dive into today's quote, which comes from none other than the eccentric and brilliant Dr. Emmett Brown, Doc himself, who once said, "Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads." Ah yes, the famous line from the end of the first movie when Doc swoops in with the DeLorean and Marty realizes they're about to embark on a time-traveling journey like no other. It's such an iconic moment, and it's loaded with deeper meaning if you think about it. Now, you and I might not have a DeLorean that flies yet, but there's something inspiring about this quote beyond its futuristic charm. When Doc says, "Where we're going, we don't need roads," he's talking about venturing into uncharted territory. It's a metaphor for the future and for life. Often we try to plan out every detail, follow every road, and stick to the beaten path because it's safe. But sometimes, life has a funny way of pulling us off course and throwing us into the unknown. Maybe you're facing a big decision, starting a new chapter, or simply trying to figure out what's next. Whatever the case, Doc's wisdom reminds us that not everything is mapped out. Sometimes you just have to take a leap, even when there's no clear road ahead. If you're always looking for the road to follow, you might miss out on an opportunity to soar through the sky, or at least metaphorically speaking. And hey, if you happen to invent a flying car while you're at it, be sure to let me know, because that would save some time. But flying cars actually are just around the corner. Maybe the movie was off by 10 years or so. So we don't have flying cars, but we do have hover technology. Engineers have created magnetic hoverboards already, and there are experiments for levitating transit systems. As for self-lacing shoes, they are real now too, thanks to Nike, who released a self-lacing shoe inspired by the movie. And video calls? That looked like sci-fi in the movie back then. And now it's just part of our everyday life. The spirit of Back to the Future reminds us to keep dreaming and innovating. It's about looking at what's possible and going after it, just like Doc Brown did. As we move forward, let's continue making progress one small step at a time. Before we close out the episode for today, let's dive into another quote, a bonus quote also from Doc, who said, "The future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one." So today, as you celebrate Back to the Future Day, take a little inspiration from Doc Brown. Don't be afraid to venture off the familiar path. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Quote. I'm Andrew McGivern, signing off for today. Remember, the future is what you make of it, so make it a good one. And it will be a good one if I see you tomorrow for another Daily Quote.